When we think of drafts, we think of great players, steals, fortunes being changed. We think of busts, we think of careers being over. But we don't always think of dumb decisions. Decisions that you are left saying, I could have made a better pick than that. But that's what we're doing today. We're counting down the top 7 stupidest draft picks of all time. Tampa Bay traded up in the second round to get a great offensive player.
Nope.
A great defensive player.
Nope.
They traded up in the second round to get a kicker. Now, I can't tell how good they'll be, but I have a feeling that this will be on the actual list very soon. But let's go in to number 7. And this is Jacksonville Jaguars taking Brian Anger over Russell Wilson in 2014. And this isn't higher because no one was sure how good Russell Wilson would be. He was an undersized, mobile quarterback, but Jacksonville didn't have a very good quarterback, and this would have been a much more sensible pick than spending a mid-round pick on a punter. Jacksonville wasn't a very good team at the time, and they still aren't. Just think of how their fortunes could have been changed if they had taken Wilson, but instead they took a punter. Minnesota Vikings take Christian Ponder, 2010. Now this is what we call a reach. A huge reach. He was a second, maybe third round player on most people's boards, and that was probably too high due to value inflation of quarterbacks. But where did he go? Number 12. And surprising no one, his career hasn't panned out. The New York Giants select Cedric Jones, 1996 NFL Draft. When you hold the number 5 spot in the NFL Draft, it might be smart to do a bit of research before you make that pick. The Giants didn't notice that he was blind in an eye when they were going over him. I mean, that's hard not to see. Bad joke, I'm sorry. Only good thing that came out of this, they moved an end to another side. His name was Michael Strahan, and he became one of the best ends of all time. Minnesota Timberwolves take 3 point guards in the first round. With the 6th pick in the 2009 NBA Draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves selected Ricky Rubio. They also held the 7th pick in the draft. They took another point guard, Johnny Flynn. And then with the 18th pick, they didn't take another player to complement one of those 2 point guards. They took a 3rd point guard. Now I could make a video about all of David Kahn's failures and probably will, but he missed out on the best point guard and traded away the best one that he picked. He could have had Steph Curry or a bunch of other great players that went in that draft, but he took 3 point guards. LaRue Martin. This isn't so much a stupid pick as it was how badly the Blazers scouted this guy. Primary reason for taking LaRue Martin was that he had outplayed Bill Walton in a head-to-head matchup. Sure, that means something, but you have to look at more than just one game. Danny Ferry, 1989 NBA Draft. The Los Angeles Clippers picked Danny Ferry at number 2 in the draft, never having interviewed him. If they had, they might have figured out that he wanted nothing to do with the Clippers. He refused their contract. This might have been a good thing for the Clippers, considering his lackluster NBA career. Anthony Bennett, 2013 NBA Draft. He was supposed to go in the lottery, but late in the lottery, around 12 or 13. But the Cleveland Cavaliers took him with the number 1 pick in the NBA Draft. It wasn't like this was their only pick in the draft too. They held the 19th pick in the draft, and a lot of analysts had him falling past that. So they could have easily taken that pick and moved up to get maybe the 12th or 11th pick in the draft and taken him there. The best thing that came out of Bennett, besides Victor Oladipo for the Magic, was the greatest Bill Simmons moment ever.
Anthony Bennett of Toronto, Canada.
Well, that's going to do it for this video. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Commander out.